Singers, musicians, music directors, choir members. I'm Tommy Tush. They call me the tall MD with the world music. And you're welcome to the music how-to sessions. All right, in these sessions, I'm going to be teaching you basic skills. I'm going to be breaking them down in simple ways that you can understand. So follow me. Now, this particular episode, I'm going to be talking about how to score songs. Yeah. In my experience in training music teams as a music consultant, as a music director as well, choir coordinator, I've observed that learning songs is something that many singers and even a couple of musicians have challenges doing properly. All right, even some choir directors, you'll be amazed at how many music directors don't actually know how to score songs properly. And so, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking it down in a way that you would understand and you can practice, and also in a way you can teach your members for those who are leaders of music teams. All right, now scoring songs is one of the is what I would call the singular hacks that you can engage in as a singer that will transform you musically. All right, is one of the fastest way to learn a lot of skills. Okay, there are times that you cannot have someone sit down, teach you some things, walk you through certain things. But when you listen to music and you try to learn things, all right, it's one way in which it's one action that you engage in that will transform your music entirely. Now, I'm not going to talk about the technical sides of it, scoring by sight and all that. I'm not going to go into that right now. And I'm going to be telling you the reason why. We're going to get into that in another episode. But for now, I want to talk about what you can do right now. Okay? You can practice it this week and you can get great results. Now, what does it mean basically when you hear your choir director say, I want you to score this song or we're singing this song? Essentially, the summary of it is that there's a piece of music that you want to perform. It's already been done by someone, all right? And then you have the audio of that piece of music or the video, and then your director is telling you, I want you to score this song because I want you to do it exactly the way it is or better. Now, you are either scoring the song as a lead singer or a backup singer or a musician. There are different things you are listening to. In those, if you are a lead singer, you are listening to something entirely different, even though you are trying to listen to the whole music. But the essence of scoring songs is that there is a piece of music, there's a material already that we want to perform. I want to ensure that when you are doing that piece of music, it sounds like the original. All right. Now, that does not mean that you must sound exactly like the other artist. So let's say you're singing a song by Fred Hammond right now. Maybe you're singing No Weapon Formed Against Me. Now, it's wrong for a music director to tell the lead singer to sound exactly like Fred, because there's something called the skill of an artist and the signature of an artist. Now, what you are telling your lead singer to listen for in that piece of music is the skill of the artist. In this case, Fred Hammond. All right. Now, there is a signature of Fred Hammond in that song. Now, it's wrong for my choir member right now or my lead singer to try to copy the signature of that artist. All right. So, as a music director, you must know the difference between the skill and the signature. So, you are not expecting that lead singer to sound like Fred, but you're expecting that the skill, the presence, the courage, the delivery that Fred Hammond put into that song, that lead singer would also be able to bring out that same in his or her own way. All right. So when I say in his or her own way, that also means that a song can be originally done by a lady or by a guy, and then you tell the person of the opposite sex to do that same song. All right. But let me just start. Let me lay those foundations, right? Let me just put those things down there so that you get to know it. Now, let me start from choir members. You are not leading the song. You are just in the choir and you're giving a song. Now, this is a challenge that many of you have. So how do you score songs? The first thing you want to do is that you want to listen to that song and ask yourself, what is the genre of music for this song? That's the first thing. The wrong thing many people do is that when they pick a piece of music, they start trying to score their parts. Oh, I'm soprano. What is soprano saying? No, that's not what you do. You want to first of all understand the whole essence of the music. What's the sound? Is it Afro pop? Is it rock? Is it CCM? Is it blues? Whatever this is all about, you want to get to know what it is, right? So when you get to know, okay, this is the kind of music we're scoring, you listen to it. Now, listening to music and detailed learning of a song, they are two different things, right? There's some songs that I've listened to for years and I've just been playing, and I thought I knew what was sang and what was played until the day that I want to now perform the song, either to play the song or to maybe even teach the choir. And I discovered that, wow, what I thought they were singing is not what they're actually singing, because right now I needed to sit down and listen in detail. Okay, so you want to ensure that you understand the total nature of the music. What is this song about? What is the message? What atmosphere is this song going to create? Because when you're choosing a song in your choir, you're choosing a song based on the atmosphere, right? Based on the message you want to pass. So you want to ensure that this song, you understand the spirit of the song, you imbibe the lyrics. Now, the next thing you're asking yourself right now, basic thing I'm talking about, you have a song right now and you are singing a song on Sunday and you are told to score the song and you have been having challenges, right? You want to go straight to the point. What is the melody of this song and who sang the melody? Right? Now, the melody of a song basically is the song in itself without the parts. All right? The song by itself. Okay? Who is like you, Lord, in all the earth? All right? Who is greater than Jehovah, Lord divine? There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine. The song by itself. Okay? I'm not saying who is greater than Jehovah, Lord divine. There is no one greater than Jehovah, Lord divine. That's a part, right? But you want to learn the melody. Now, it's essential that when you are learning a song, you first of all learn the melody of the song, no matter what your part is. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why it's important you learn the melody of a song. Now, number one, when you learn the melody of a song, it's very easy for you to navigate your own part, whatever your part is, okay? Because there are principles in scoring songs that I'm going to teach you that you would once you have those principles and you have that basic knowledge, you will not have any issue learning your parts. But the first thing is you must know the melody of a song, because everything is derived from the melody. The alto, the tenor part they are all harmonizing the melody. The keyboardist is playing along the melody lines. Everybody must maintain the melody line. So the melody is the most important part of a song. And for everyone listening to me, I know some of you know this, so please permit me to tell those who don't know. It is not every time that the soprano singers are singing the melody in a song. Like I said, I'm making this basic. I'm not making this so for those who are pros, you may want to skip this. This is not for you. I'm making this basic for a 5-year-old or a rookie singer, right? Because many people grew up in musical environments that taught them wrongly that being in a soprano part means they are singing what they call treble, right? Just they are singing the melody, and that's wrong. All right, that's wrong. That's a very wrong teaching. Okay, so one of the things you must understand is that you must learn the melody of a song and then figure out who sang the melody. Now, it's important to know who sang the melody, because once you know who sang the melody, then you can know what your part is. For example, if you listen to a song and the soprano singers are the ones singing the melody in that part of the song. Now, it's possible, let me say this, that it's possible that in the verse of a song, soprano singers are singing the melody. And then when you get to the chorus, they are singing another part. And then you get to maybe the bridge or the vamp, they are singing another part. Okay? So everybody must understand that the parts you are singing in a song must not be the same all through. And that also affects leading worship. Okay? Maybe you're leading worship and then you're singing 10 songs in your worship session. You may sing the first 2 songs and you are singing the tenor. The next two songs you are singing the alto, parts can change, and there are many reasons, but this is not the class for that. Okay, so all of those things can happen where the parts change, right? So you understand that when you know that, okay, who is singing the melody? Oh, it is soprano singing melody. That means that if soprano is singing the melody in a song, that means that the tenor singers are singing tenor, the alto singers are singing alto. So that will also help me to tell you something, that there's a difference between the part or the harmony and your vocal range. Being an alto singer, a soprano singer, a tenor singer, that's your vocal range. That's your vocal range. It doesn't mean that because you're a tenor singer, then in every song you must sing tenor, or in every song you will sing alto. Now, the harmony of a song or the part you're going to sing in a song is totally different from your vocal range. Okay? I just said that because many people have been confused that I'm an alto singer. Why are they telling me to sing tenor? That alto singer that we called you, that's your vocal range. Okay, based on the vocal range test that you've taken to say, okay, this is where your voice is. It does not mean that for a song you cannot be asked to sing another part, right? So you listen to that song right now, and in that song that you listen to, if the tenor singers, for example, are the ones singing the melody, what that tells you is that automatically there's already an inversion of parts. There's a switching of parts that has happened. Okay, now the basic dummy rule there is that for there to be a switching of parts, that means that no part is singing its original part. That means that the soprano singers are not singing melody, no alto singers are not singing alto. So if tenor singers are singing the melody of a song, right, automatically you know that alto cannot sing alto. So alto singers will definitely have to sing the tenor, and then soprano singers will sing the alto. Do you get that? Right? If the alto singers are singing the melody in a song, then you know that everybody, there's a part switch already. So you know that automatically soprano singers are singing the tenor, and then the tenor singers are singing the alto. Now, when you understand that principle, it helps you. So you already know, okay, this is the part, this is what we are singing, and then you get that. So first of all, understand the music. Number two, know the melody and know who sang it. And then you now cannot start mastering your part. So even as you're now listening to your own part, you already know how to navigate your parts. That, okay, yeah, this is what we are singing. I'm a tenor singer and we sang this, and then you can easily get it. I hope you're following me. Okay, now there's a principle to that inversion of parts that we call the STA principle or the HEM-TA principle. So you can just write on a piece of paper, you can write the hem, the T, and the He, right? Where M stands for melody, T stands for tenor, and A stands for alto. So what it means is that if I'm singing melody and there's a switch of parts, all right, and maybe you hear me say we're switching parts, go up, we're switching parts. If I'm singing melody, the next part I'm singing is I'm moving a step ahead. So I'm singing the tenor. Okay, if I'm singing the tenor and I'm supposed to switch my part, the next part I'm singing is the alto. If I'm singing the alto and I'm supposed to switch my part, the next part I'm singing is the melody. It's that simple. HEM-TA. You can't forget it. All right, you can't forget it. So you do that. Now you pick that. You learn your part. Now, one of the things that you must understand in scoring songs is that you must be detailed and you must be patient. Many of us want to run through songs. Now, I know there are some songs that you can plug your earpiece and maybe on your way to rehearsal, you easily get them. You know, some CCM songs, some of Elevation, Bethel, or Maverick City Music, some of these CCM songs, they're actually very easy. They don't even have 3-part harmonies and quite all right. But that practice will make you a very lazy singer, a very lazy musician. So you want to ensure that you spend time scoring songs. So especially when you are imagine you're giving a Donna Lawrence song or a John Pickett song or an Ezekiel Walker or a Ricky Dillard song or a Kurt Carr song or a Kirk Franklin song. You can't just plug your earpiece on your way to rehearsal and learn that. Okay, you need to sit down. That means that you must get a very good headphone, get very good earpiece or earpods clear. Many people score wrongly because the device through which they are hearing is not allowing them to hear correctly. The device through which they are hearing is not allowing them to hear correctly. Okay, so you want to ensure that you have a good device that is helping you to hear correctly. Okay, so you get that straight. You put that in your ears. You are patient. Now, one thing I always tell people is that if you are having difficulty scoring song, one thing you can do is that break a song down into pieces. So tell yourself that, okay, today is Monday. Let's say today is Monday, for example. You're singing a song on Sunday. You're going to rehearsal maybe on a Friday or a Saturday. On Monday, listen to just the verse of the song from morning till night. Nobody can be so, no matter how slow you are in learning, by the time you play the verse of the song from morning till night, you will learn that verse before the end of the day. Tomorrow, the next day, Tuesday, pick up the chorus. If the song has a second verse, on Wednesday, pick up the verse. So each day you are learning just one part of the song. By the time you're going for your final rehearsal on Saturday, you will have learned all the parts of the song. That's for those who are probably very busy and they can't learn a song at a stretch and all that, and you want to still learn the music. But the challenge is that many people are lazy. They don't start listening to the song until Friday night because there's rehearsal on Saturday morning. Many people are not detailed as well. If you are not detailed, you can't score songs properly. So you need to be patient and detailed. So listen very well to the notes. Listen to everything, to the way they sang that note, that word. When they say the, don't say da. When they say the Lord, don't say the Lord. When they say Jesus, don't say Jesus. Right? Don't say it's the same name. No. You are being detailed. That's what it means. You are very, very detailed. When you hear a note and they are singing like, the Lord is with us, don't just sing, the Lord is with us. No. What you heard in this song is, the Lord is with us. Because when you sing it differently from what you have in the original, there is no way the experience you will have in rehearsal and the experience your audience will have will be the same as what they have in the original. So you find that many people say, I've listened to this song, I enjoyed it when I listened to it on Spotify, on YouTube, but the way the choir sang it, I didn't feel the music. Some of this time is not the anointing. Sometimes it's just all these little details. A change in the chord progression, something the drummer played or did not play, something the choir sang or did not sing. So you have to be detailed, all right? And listen to your partner. Some of you, when you start doing this thing, you may spend time. It may take you 2 days or 3 days to fully. When I started, even as a music director, when I started scoring songs, at times, one song that choir would do in a week, I would take me like 2-3 days before I finish, scoring all the parts. And now I'm scoring all the parts of the song. But as I began to do it over and over, I began to lessen the time to the point that I could score a song in 10-15 minutes. Once I hear this, I can tell you, without listening to the author, I will know this is what the author will sing. I'll just listen, and then maybe if there's some corrections, I'll correct myself. So what I'm telling you right now may sound simple, but I'm telling you this is how to score songs. But then you must now give yourself time to begin to practice this thing. Okay? So score your part, listen to the melody, listen to your part, listen to the full song. Now, it's important to do that because the song you are singing today has a special number. So you may end up doing it for worship in another Sunday, and you will definitely use another key. And when you use another key, that means your parts may change. Right? So that means that if you don't know how to sing different parts, you're going to have problems. Now, I'm going to pause here. Now, what I've shared with you, as simple as it is like scoring songs 101. If you can practice this over time, you will overcome your challenges. Right? I'm still going to get to an advanced level of this, like this another level of this. But what I've taught you already, it's enough for you to learn the skill. Now, if you have questions or you want to practice this and you need me to guide you along the way, to hold your hand, to assess you, then you can subscribe for the mentoring and coaching session. Apart from these classes, I'm having mentoring and coaching sessions on each topic where I'm holding people's hands, guiding them, giving them exercises. But if you can practice this that I've shared already, you're going to get your results. Okay, so look at the caption, look at the screen. You're going to see, how to get into the coaching sessions. Reach out to me and let's help you to walk this path. My name is Tommy Tush. They call me the tall MD with the worry music. On to the next episode. Bye for now.